Imagine you notice a mistake in a project, a decision, or even a casual conversation. You know you're right, but how do you tell them without sparking defensiveness, tension, or drama? Most people either stay silent, letting errors persist, or attack, triggering arguments and resentment. What if you could correct mistakes, share your perspective, and maintain respect, even build trust in the process? Today, we're breaking down how to tell someone they're wrong without creating conflict, while actually strengthening your relationships. This isn't about tiptoeing around truth, it's about communicating with clarity, empathy, and influence. Before pointing out a mistake, pause and seek to understand their perspective. Ask yourself, why do they believe this? What experience shapes their opinion? Approach with curiosity. Can you walk me through your thinking? Example, in a team meeting, instead of saying, "That's wrong," try, "I see your approach. Can you explain how you came to this solution?" This approach opens dialogue and signals respect. People are more receptive when they feel understood rather than attacked. Action step. Before correcting, always ask clarifying questions to fully understand the other person's perspective. The words you choose determine the tone. Avoid triggering defensiveness with accusatory phrases. Replace "you're wrong" with "here's another perspective to consider." Avoid absolutes like always or never. Suggest rather than declare. One approach we could explore is, example, instead of "this is incorrect," say, "I noticed a possible alternative that might work even better. What do you think?" Action step. Practice rephrasing critical statements in neutral, collaborative language. Critique ideas, not individuals. People resist when they feel personally attacked. Avoid "you clearly don't get this." Instead, this part of the approach might need adjustment to achieve better results. Example, during a code review, instead of saying "your logic is wrong," try, "There might be a better way to handle this section. Let's review it together." This keeps conversations professional and constructive, preventing drama. Action step. Always separate person from idea when giving feedback. Timing can make or break your message. Avoid correcting publicly unless necessary. Public correction triggers defensiveness. Pick private or neutral settings for sensitive conversations. Avoid moments of high emotion. Wait until calm. Example, sending a message like, "Can we discuss this approach when you have a moment?" signals respect and avoids embarrassment. Action step. Pause before speaking and ask, "Is this the right time and place?" Start with what they got right before presenting an alternative. Creates psychological safety. People are more receptive when they feel valued rather than attacked. Example, "I like how you handled the presentation slides. One thing we might tweak for even stronger impact is..." Action step. Identify at least one positive aspect before giving correction. Framing your correction as a question invites exploration rather than defensiveness. Example, "Have you considered what might happen if we try it this way?" Example, "What do you think about adjusting this part for better results?" Questions prompt collaboration instead of confrontation. Action step. For every correction, try phrasing it as an open-ended question first. People resist being told they're wrong. They respond better when they understand the reasoning behind your perspective. Instead of "you did this wrong," say, "If we adjust this part, it aligns better with our client's goals and avoids errors in the report." Providing context makes feedback constructive and goal-oriented. Action step. Pair every suggestion with a clear reason or benefit. Your emotional state affects the conversation more than your words. Stay calm and composed. Avoid frustration, sarcasm, or exasperation, even if the mistake is obvious. Example, take a deep breath, maintain a neutral tone, and focus on facts rather than emotion. Action step. Pause before speaking to ensure you're responding, not reacting. Nobody likes to hear what's wrong without a path forward. Combine correction with actionable solutions. Example, "This part of the strategy might not work. Here's an alternative approach that addresses the issue. Demonstrates collaboration and problem solving rather than finger pointing. Action step. Always bring at least one constructive solution when correcting. After correction, follow up to ensure the person feels supported, not shamed. Recognize their effort. I appreciate you considering this approach. Offer help. Let me know if you want to work on this together. Follow-up solidifies trust and encourages learning. Action step. Send a supportive message or acknowledgement after every corrective conversation.
Most conflict doesn't come from disagreement. It comes from misunderstanding and feeling unheard. Active listening neutralizes tension before it escalates. Instead of preparing your response while the other person is speaking, focus on truly understanding their message. Two simple but powerful techniques make a big difference. Reflect back what you heard. So what you're saying is, this confirms understanding and gives them a chance to clarify if needed. Validate emotions without agreeing. I understand why you approached it that way. Validation acknowledges their perspective without requiring you to change your position. When people feel heard and respected, defensiveness drops. Conversations become calmer, clearer, and more productive. You move from emotional reactions to problem-solving dialogue. Action step. In every feedback or difficult conversation, summarize their key points first before sharing your perspective. This single habit dramatically reduces misunderstandings and builds trust. Correction often triggers resistance because it feels like judgment. Collaboration, on the other hand, invites participation and ownership. Instead of framing conversations as "I'm right, you're wrong," shift to "let's explore this together and see which approach achieves the best outcome." This subtle shift changes the dynamic from confrontation to shared problem solving. People are far more open when they feel respected and included rather than criticized. Example: instead of saying "this approach won't work," try "let's look at a few options and see which one gets us the result we want." Collaboration transforms correction into co-creation. It strengthens relationships, improves morale, and leads to better decisions because multiple perspectives are considered. Action step. Consciously use inclusive language. We, let's, and our approach. These words signal partnership, not opposition, and encourage others to engage constructively. When you combine active listening with collaborative framing, you reduce conflict, improve communication, and build stronger, more resilient relationships, whether at work or in life.